Good evening, Copenhagen calling, Utah.
Hello, yeah. Oh,
Good morning, Chris.
good morning.
How was your
So
swim?
it
Did you
was
go swimming?
great. It was great. It's raining outside,
Okay. Well, yeah, that's the same in Denmark, but we don't have any snow here.
and ours is all melting. But
Well,
yeah,
there you go.
yeah, we're just trying to keep the light going. Uh, just
Definitely.
just keep the light going with oils and bright colors and
Yeah.
uh, good things. So welcome. Thanks for being on today. We're excited because we have lots of yummy things to talk about today. We are recording and just want to get started. So I have a PowerPoint that I wanted to share with you. And here we go.
So sharing and caring, healthy habits and immune support. That sounds really, really good, Chris.
Yes,
I'm for
okay.
it.
And there is actually a marriage between that and the power to be in 2023. So
Mhm.
we're excited to talk about that because that's what we went over in our an event and workshop last week, and it's also going to be repeated this Wednesday at 6 o'clock Pacific time, and I'll share about that. But just to kind of consider what we're looking at, this is kind of a review and a transition and a perspective time, is what I kind of like to look at it as. And Sina shared this with me, some prompts to kind of ask ourselves at the end of the year and at the beginning of the new year. And I still consider it the beginning of the new year. So just think about these questions. This year I have learned, and if you want to share anything, would love to hear it. Two, the tools that really supported me this year were, and
Essential oils, doTERRA essential oils, of course.
oh, yeah, we've had some really new good ones that we're going to be talking about too. And, as tools, I really think that, I mean, we all wouldn't be here without each other. So I think people and relationships are really, really important. I mean, standalone essential oils by themselves don't do anybody any good unless they're shared and used by people, right? They actually go together. So they're gifts of the earth that are for us humans. And then as we move into the new year, the things that we'd like to leave behind. And then in this new year, what we'd like to commit to, what we want to create, and what our intentions are. So we're just going to jump into this. Here is an exhaustive list of alphabetical different words that we can plug in for power to be. And actually, that might change. And some of the ones I put them on my Facebook cover to keep them at the front of my mind. And I used 3 words there, and they were prepare, persevere, and progress. And then I kind of keep changing it, and I keep thinking of the word faithful, and I like that. Love, I think, is a really good one. I know Kirsten has mentioned that they had that. Did you want to share what your word is or words, Senior?
Well, I found, I think it was on Instagram under doTERRA, some if it was an app or a picture or whatever. It says take a screenshot because all these words were sort of just running automatically.
Uh-huh.
And then I took a screenshot and it
Oh,
said power to be ambitious. And I was like, okay, that did not, I had not thought about that word at all as being ambitious. Well, okay. So I took a screenshot. And then when we did the workshop, was that last week? I think
yeah,
time so
Tuesday.
last week, the word I was like, I just want to be happy. Like, I really just want to feel happy. Every little cell in my body is happy. That's what I'm going for this year. So ambitious and happy. Why
Very
not?
good. Very good. I like that. You know, words are so powerful, and you know, they influence us and help us to create our intentions for the year. Uh, so, Lori or Maria, if you want to jump on and share your word, we're happy to hear you. So, I mean, you are part of this also. We are recording, and then we'll do question and answers after that. But
Maria can't talk right now, Chris,
okay,
but
that's great. Yeah, I just saw
maybe
that on the
Lauren would
chat.
like to.
Would you like to share your word, Lori?
Sure. I just wanted to unmute myself. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so like you said, Chris, like a couple words came to mind. One of the biggest things is upward mobility. That to me is just moving forward, constant upward mobility, reaching a higher, I don't want to say a higher self, but just reaching a higher place in a positive, in a positive way. And that really struck me as, that really resonated with me personally. That's where I want to go. I want to just continue to climb upward mobility. So if I had to choose one word, I guess it would be blooming, because that makes me think of growing in a positive direction.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you. That was awesome. I'm glad that you could contribute that. You know,
Maria just wrote in the chat that she can't talk right now, but she will share her words. Is commitment and focus.
oh, very good. You know, and this is a place where we can support each other in that, in reaching our intentions and sticking to that. I think that's important. So a couple subjects that we wanted to talk about for Power to Be, and one of those, in order to accomplish those, is healthy habits. And as we look at doTERRA's kind of pyramid here of eating right, how we're supported there, exercise, rest and management, reducing our toxic load, informed self-care, and proactive medical care, and how we can support ourselves through having a routine to use the essential oils and in particularly the lifelong vitality vitamins, and they are my foundation. And I mean, I have to make an effort. I have to put them in a little cup and put them on my counter and sit them out so that I remember to take them. And all of our healthy habits are something that, you know, we have to make a routine. And so I put things where it will remind my brain what to do. The same with putting oils on my feet. When I sit down to put my socks on, there's my oils. Why not put Balance or Basil or, you know, an essential oil there? And, you know, all of the products are made so convenient for us, either in roll-ons or like the Deep Blue Stick is easy for me to be able to use on my hip flexors. Have been giving me fits lately. And so I, you know, get that out and use them. If you have a particular healthy habit that you've discovered or that you depend on, you know, you're happy to share. If you'd like to share anything about that, I'm all for input and not just looking and reading.
Chris, I have like a little ritual that I'm doing every 3 months, and it's called that. It's the oregano cleanse, and I started that yesterday. So this is day 2, and because I wanted to. Oh, I don't know if you can see that I have made a little.
Yeah.
Here. So 10 days.
There, let me pin you.
Okay.
So you just made a little chart. Awesome.
Yeah. And I have given myself 4 hearts so far. Morning and evening, morning and evening. That's it. So 10 days or until I know that I'm finished. So that's
And how many drops do you do?
well, the full doses is 4 drops in a veggie cap morning and evening for 10 days. But Liz can do it as well. And we all have our own oregano experience. And if you haven't had one yet, just be gentle. It's very warm, right? So that's sort of my quarterly thing that I will detox. And it's mostly, I really feel it on an energetic level, so to say. Like, I really feel that things are being cleared away from me, like obstacles that I'm not aware of. And yeah, so that's what I'm on at the moment, ladies.
And I have done that once. I mean, it's I have a great respect for oregano, but it's the oil of humility and non-attachment. And I have done it, and I want to do it again because it really is great to get rid of that candida.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great cleanse. It really is. And you can also pretty much get it in the GX Assist if you don't want to make your own capsules, but it's a great one to do. Okay, so I'm gonna get back to this. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to remind us, because I talk to a lot of people, and they think that the oils that they're using are effective, or maybe something isn't working because of the oils they're using. And I have great confidence in doTERRA's processes of how they test and make sure that they have the very best grade and also the most body friendly for us. And what is interesting to me is that they do go through much testing, but also pick a species that is body friendly, like I shared with you. So they are concentrated extractions from plants. We know this. They're either distilled or cold pressed, and they turn the essence or the immune system of the plant into a liquefied form for medicinal and emotional uses. And that can expand too. But just looking at all the tests that they go through, and they also release this to us on Source to You, so that we can look up and know for sure. Oh, and the thought that I had was, the reason that doTERRA started in the beginning was because the company that 3 of the executives were with noticed the efficacy and the purity of the oils that they were working with, and they wanted to set a higher standard. And so it was Emily Wright's assignment to go out. It took her about 4 months to find the most pure and effective peppermint that was on the market. And that's what she did. And so she's very knowledgeable about it. And I remember sitting in her office once, and she had us take a peppermint, drop a peppermint on our thumb and put it in the roof of your mouth. And she said, that's how you tell, that's how she tells the purity of an essential oil. So that just came to me, but wanted to share that with you. Okay, so we also talked about supporting the immune system. And I lined up here some that I absolutely love and use and have on hand. And one that we're going to be talking about in a second is the Air, which is a blend. I believe it's for Europe, because it's changed up a little bit, but it has a different name, and it's the same as Breathe. And I use this in a diffuser. Last night I kept waking up and kind of, I don't know, was congested. And I just take the Breathe oil and just put it at the base of my nostril and smell it, because it's a gentle enough blend that I can just touch it on my face and do that. And then oregano, we've talked about that. You can put it on the bottom of your feet. That's a great way to use it, or to put it in a veggie cap. And also Copaiba is also really calming. I take 3 soft gels at night to sleep if I wake up at 4 and I've got a big day ahead or need to do something important. and I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm like, this is not going to work. So I take 3 Copaiba, and then I use my vetiver roll-on and go back to sleep. It totally shuts me down to be able to sleep. And then, of course, we have On Guard. This is great to diffuse. I would never be without. I always travel or have the protective soft gels because they have the Melissa and the black pepper in them that added. And then I would repeat those every 2 to 3 hours if I really felt like I was coming down with something. And then, of course, the On Guard hand sanitizing mist. I love that spray rather than a gel. We do have gel too, but the spray is my favorite. And then another thing is the Breathe. The throat drops are amazing because they also have Melissa in them, which is known to inhibit viruses. So that also happens with On Guard, but Melissa is another good essential oil. We've done a Melissa challenge where we put a drop under her tongue, but I love these Breathe. They are amazing, amazing blend. And then also there's a little shot glass here, and this is called the Flume. I mean, if you have any of these oils, I used to use just On Guard lemon and oregano, like maybe 2 drops of lemon and On Guard and 1 drop of oregano personally. And then I would gargle it and swallow it because you can take those internally. If you want, you can add frankincense. You could also add melaleuca. But this is another way to get something on your throat. Another thing is to put peppermint or Breathe on the palm of your hand, and then to get it in your chest. I don't know. Sometimes I just forget this. I'm sick, and I feel it in my chest, and it's like, oh, that's right. Just go and suck it in and get it in your chest. So when you're not feeling well, the brain kind of goes out the window, but we do have all of these things to support us and to help us to be able to combat those germs. If you want to add anything, you're welcome to. Anyway, I'm just going to keep moving on here. Okay, so there is a product of the month, the POM product of the month. In Europe, every month we have one. Sometimes they're the same, seldom, but Europe and the US, we have a product of the month, and that means if you purchase 125 by the 15th of the month or push your order through before the 15th, you get this free product. And Air is the oil of breath of life. And I really like the positive things that it has here emotionally: to feel valued, loved, accepted, supported, receiving open, whole, relief, embracing life fully, trusting, hopeful, objective, and courage. Okay, those are all really positive. When I use Breathe, it's just like the room expands, and I just feel like there's space for me. And of course, it says it calms the senses and promotes feelings of clearing the airways. I have known people that are allergic to albuterol, and they use Breathe along with maybe, it starts with an M, one that is, anyway, I can look it up and share it with you later, but it has literally saved. Some kids cannot use albuterol, or they might be allergic to it. And these powerful essential oils that are in our respiratory blends are amazing. The laurel leaf, the cardamom, and the Ravensara, and these are just amazing to be able to expand and help the lungs to operate properly. Okay, so then the 10% off for Europe this month is pink pepper. And I did post a video about it on Oiled Up Education. And here's all the different ways to use it. Personally, I use it with frankincense. I put a little puddle of fractionated coconut oil in the palm of my hand, and I put 2 drops of frankincense and a couple drops of peppermint. And I start under my arms and around my breasts, and Peppermint is also known to ward away tumors, and frankincense is also. So I use those. It can be taken in a veggie cap. It's warming, and it comes from, is it Peru and Kenya? Yep. Yeah, that's where it comes from. So Kenya is the story that it tells about how it supports the women there, and that story is really, really touching. But here, I love to read these or look at these because it makes me aware that it's for so much more. So you can put it over your heart for protection of negative energy, and you can also diffuse it or use it with with melaleuca, with tea tree, for respiratory support. So there it is. It's for respiratory also, and even a romance blend with jasmine and lang lang. Okay, I didn't know that one. And then there's the for insect repellent. You can use it with frankincense and copaiba as an inflammatory blend, and also for massage. There's one that's up here that just, I mean, I was like surprised. This is put out by Aroma Tools, but just, I mean, on and on and on. Rheumatism, asthma, spasmodic, antiviral. This is just amazing. Ulcers. So, you know, sometimes we don't remember or know all of the things that an essential oil can do and all the benefits. And that's why they feature product of the month, so that we can focus and add a couple and learn how to use a couple with what we're already doing. But it's a little 5 ml bottle, and the co-impact, I think, is really important. Okay, so back to the US, and this is just a limited possibility to get the white grapefruit. It's not something that we can regularly order, and it's the oil of the pure body. So the aroma refreshes the senses and creates an uplifting environment. It helps with the digestive process when taken internally, and it's really good for the skin and dental cleansing properties. Sometimes I put like green mandarin, a drop on my toothbrush, because they're really good. And if they're usually good for your mouth, they're usually good for your sinuses. And then here again, metabolism. That's amazing. I didn't know that. And to tell you the truth, I have not used white grapefruit as a habit. But you can diffuse it. You can put it in your facial cleansers, shampoos, and just on the palm of your hand, and inhale it for 30 seconds. So just wanted to share about that one. And then, oh, here's more. I mean, I love to learn more about them. So I usually find these on the images when I Google, and I'm like, oh, look at this, and it's kind of a repeat of what I did, but I love color. I like lists, so it's easier for me to kind of comprehend, and I can repost those on our Oiled Up. Okay, then the one that's 10% off in the US is cinnamon bark, and at convention, they taught a lot to us about what part of the cinnamon is the most valuable. And it's actually the bark, because there are several different parts that, you know, other companies use to combine and do their cinnamon bark. But the one that is the most effective and body friendly is from the bark, and it has chemical constituents that are really good for digestion and antioxidant support. So we know that cinnamon is really, really one of the highest in antioxidants, along with clove. And cinnamon bark is also really good to balance blood sugar levels. So often with my Zendecrine drink, I'll put a couple drops of cinnamon, and I was kind of afraid to do that before, because I thought, oh, because if you accidentally touch the bottle, and taste it, oh my word, it's like when you were a kid and you touch those cinnamon sticks. It's powerful, but it's great in, you know, a container, stainless steel container with water, and I use stevia and lemon and make my own drink. But to know that it's good for blood sugar levels is really important. It's also in the MetaPower Assist product that they have. Cinnamon is there. It's interesting. It's the oil of gender acceptance and sexual harmony, and creates emotionally body acceptance, attractive, socially accepted, healthy sexuality, harmonious intimacy, seeing sweetness in life, joy, and pleasure. So you'll have to add this one for your power to be happy, Seener. It's a good one. And it's, you know, here's some more ideas. 1 drop in hot water or tea and drink slowly to soothe an irritated throat. Let's see, I can't see all these on the bottom. 2 to 3 drops in a spray bottle for a quick, effective cleaning spray. Now that would smell good. I used to put cinnamon on a tray when we were selling our house and put it in the oven before they came to see the house, before the realtor, just because of, oh, you know, it smells like cinnamon rolls. So, but it can also be used for achy joints in the winter, but you better be sure to use a carrier oil. I would definitely recommend that and kind of experiment with that. I think that would be important. Has anyone had any other experiences with cinnamon bark, or any of the ones that we've talked about that you want to share, or are we good?
Only that it is a really hot oil, and it's, you know, less is more here, because you can really get a burn or a rash if you put it directly on your skin. Yeah, so that's
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, I was afraid to drink it. Put a couple drops in my drink, but it's fine. It's good. So it's just, you know, a matter of seeking that experience and doing things a little bit cautiously with carrier oils. Okay, so moving along, the Supermint, which we've had since September, is now new and released in Europe, which is great, because this Supermint contains 4 different oils. It has peppermint, Japanese mint, bergamot mint, and spearmint. And it, I think maybe, okay, so there's 3 different ways that it's delivered: in an essential oil, in a roll-on touch, and also in a beadlet. And tell me how this oil has helped you the month of January, Sina.
Well, I'll just say that in Europe we have the 15 mil and we have the roll-on. We do not have the beadlets at the moment, but you can make up your own beadlets. And it was because I read about it in the Emotions and Essential Oils, the latest version, in version 11. I got an online version from it because my book is outdated. So there it is, Chris. Yeah. And I just thought, oh, you know, I was in Denmark. I am in Denmark right now for Christmas and New Year's, and it's cold, and I'm much more to sunshine. So I actually started taking it in veggie caps because I thought it was really uplifting for the mood. So so Chris, are you going to read these out loud, the Supermint properties?
Yeah, sure, I can do that. Okay, so I think the thing that is most shifting and transitional with this is that it lends to help us with our perspective. And I think in thinking about mints, it's kind of a shock and like a start again. And it says that mints are one of the most dynamic of the plant families. They offer a wide spectrum of support for body, mind, and spirit. Combining this quartet of mints amplifies their natural healing abilities. This blend will willingly and cheerfully assist with any issue an individual is facing, big or small. It's like a life coach in a bottle. When in doubt, reach for this blend. Supermint aids the body when dealing with discomfort and exhaustion and is incredibly soothing for aches and pains. It calms inflamed tissues, promotes circulation, and restores energetic flow. It also offers a burst of energy and motivation to keep going when one is feeling lethargic. And who doesn't feel cabin fever and lethargic if you live somewhere where there's less light, but every day is getting lighter? Okay, so when that is depleted, while the mints are excellent at providing much needed rest and recharge, individuals should not use them to disassociate or avoid the messages their body's trying to send them via their physical symptoms. So there's a little caution there. Used in tandem with listening to their body's messages, this blend will help them respectfully care for their body and not push it beyond its limits. This Supermint energizes the mind and focuses the attention. It infuses individuals with creative energy they need to cultivate new ideas and possibilities. If they're feeling stagnant, this blend will stimulate and rally the forces needed to break through mental blocks and narrow thinking. It has an emotionally cooling effect on overheated emotions and agitated thoughts, helping to restore rationality and reason. Oh my goodness. Okay, I won't tell you my thoughts this morning in the swimming locker room when the pool was 89 degrees. I looked it up, 30 something in Celsius. It also helps individuals redirect thoughts when they have become endlessly circular, causing mental strain or weariness. My goodness, I can't believe how much this is. I mean, just reading this is so amazing. This blend helps individuals take a moment to simply breathe and regain their presence, patience, and perspective. Supermint, the oil that we're talking about, helps the heart rise above what is weighing it down. It offers confident energy to individuals who are plagued by self-doubt, pessimism, or despondency, so they can embark a more liberated and vibrant existence. This blend is beneficial for individuals suffering from depressed states, January, as it reminds them that hope and happiness still exist. It lifts the veil of grief and sadness, allowing them to momentarily surface from what can feel like a sea of sorrows. Supermint teaches that the heart is capable of joy equal to and exceeding its pain. Its message is to believe that just as the mint plant returns to life each spring, even after the harshest winter, a season of rebirth will emerge again. Okay, so all you have to do aromatically is inhale it. I think it's much better to put it on the skin on your palm and inhale it than from the bottle. That's my personal experience. You can diffuse it. I have my bergamot going here. Like I just did. Drop in the hand, rub and inhale. And don't just inhale once. I mean, you gotta, kind of plant your face there. Oh, it's amazing. I can smell the bergamot in it. And then you can also use it with the carrier oil and apply over your chest and shoulders and back of neck. So that's nice. And then you can also put it under your tongue or in a capsule or in water. So it's you can take it internally. And these are the 4 oils that are in it: Japanese peppermint, spearmint, and bergamot mint. And I don't even like to read the negative emotions. That's the kind of person I am. I just want to focus on what I can accomplish. I can feel rested and soothed and energized, focused, motivated, confident, patient, rational, optimistic, comforted, and believing. Those are really, really good words. So this is from the 11th edition, and Senior got this book that's called Emotional Healing, actually an electronic copy, so she can look up the latest ones. I have the 10th hard copy edition, and I didn't have this one in it. So just a couple little reminders here before we go to our question answer. Is frankincense for Europe is extended through the 15th. So if you order 200 points, you get a free frankincense, which is about a $98 retail value. I think it's like 75 or 80 in the US. So that's available. And here's all the benefits: cellular, joint and muscle pain, immune, respiratory, brain, good for stretch mark and wrinkles, meditation, prayer and yoga, headaches and migraines. Did it say depression? That needs to go there too. Okay. So then the one thing that's awesome for US this month is the enrollment. So when a person enrolls and orders 100 points in January, and then they join the LRP, which they should to benefit them anyway, then for March, they will receive 100 free product points. So it's kind of like you're getting your second order for free because you get 100 free points for the next month. So that's awesome. And then we still have a Power to Be workshop that is this Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific. So you can calculate your time zone. Europe, you'd have to wake up in the middle of the night. So I'm sure we have it recorded if you'd like to get on that, and we can give you the link to that. Then Kyle and Kirsten, our essential oil expert team, is doing a July 16th challenge, and this gives you enough time to get your MetaPower kit, or if you're working on your whole food vitamin, micronutrients, lifelong vitality, get those. Others that assist in metabolism, we just read was, what was it? Cinnamon, white grapefruit. Anyway, we're working kind of on a metabolic challenge to help, because MetaPower does so many different things. It helps with sleep and skin and energy, and it's a cell building collagen that's involved. But I know Europe has the MetaPower essential oil, so that would be important to take, because that actually helps with detox and craving and shrinking those fat cells. So if you do get the kit, there's 6 products: the Advantage Collagen, the Assist for blood sugar levels, and then the 4 detoxing. There's a beadlet and a gum and an oil and a soft gel that is there. So I've been, I'm kind of a advantage-holic. I've been drinking those to make up for lost time.
That's a super user, Chris. Don't you remember?
Yeah, I am a super user. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have a question. July 16. Is it January 16?
Oh, sorry. It's January. Yeah.
Okay.
It's January, not July. Yeah.
Okay.
I need to change that. Sorry. It's January, definitely.
So what's happening? Is it an online Zoom, or?
It's a 30-day, and there's a workbook, and it's also supported by doTERRA, and they have a workbook. Kyle and Kirsten are going to be really on it with us, and they will. They'll be doing prizes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that will be important to be part of, and kind of gear up for that. And I know that they're just getting back home from being gone, and I know that we're going to be getting a lot more about it. So there you go, January.
Okay, Chris, while talking and teaching, you just changed the slideshow. You are such an amazing woman. It's like that's just multitasking, right? It's like, oh, yeah,
I can spell January. I can spell January. I want to get that word in your mind.
Okay.
So this is really, really actually supported by doTERRA. too. So I will post the link for the workbook. I don't know, most of you, if you don't have it, I mean, if you have a wholesale membership and you don't know what's going on at all and you don't know where to go, you can go to eoemembers.com/January 2023 and a lot will come up. We've been using this new app and inviting through the app, which is a new experience for me, and I'm still learning and getting used to it. And we'll have another call tomorrow at 8:30 Pacific time. But I actually think that is all I have that I wanted to share with you about that. I mean, there's always things going on available to us for the support that we need. And along with us being here to help you. And that's why we do this wellness sharing and caring once a month. And now I'm going to stop the recording, but this is actually the best part. So if you're on, you'll learn the most. And if you're not, be on next time, because this is a real privilege to be able to hear from you, hear your questions, and work together on this. So I am going to stop and thank you for being on, and appreciate your input. And if you have any questions, either reach out to us or let us know online. I know there is quite a gap here.
I'm just being inspired because right now I just arrived here in Copenhagen. I'm traveling at the moment with my daughter, and now we're at my stepdad's house, or my ex-stepdad's house. He's like my not my biological dad, but my childhood father, right? And I'm just sitting here, and many of the things that was in my childhood home are here. And here's the point: I actually have some things from Kenya. And we talked about the pink pepper. So I'm just going to show you, because my stepdad, he was in Kenya when I was a child, and he brought home all sorts of stuff from Africa. So just really want to share that with you ladies. So we got started. Yeah.
Cool.
So
beautiful art from Kenya. That's great.
And really that compact sourcing, every time I'm reminded about the pink pepper, that I know that we have women who can support themselves and their children from working, climbing up in trees and harvesting black pepper instead of selling their bodies. That's why I'm in doTERRA. So here are two ladies from Kenya. Mm-hmm.
I think her name's Veronica is the one that her story's on there. Be sure and watch that or look it up on YouTube for doTERRA sourcing. Thanks for sharing that, Seener. As you can see, it's like 8 p.m. in Denmark, and
almost 9 p.m. now.
Wow. Yeah, we've been on for quite a while, but we're going to stop for the recording, and then we'll ask for other input for questions and answers and see how everyone's doing. So thanks for being on.